welcome back to my channel, guys. So today I'm going to do another Q&A. So I haven't done one in ages, so I thought, why not? Something random and crazy, and for you guys to just have a chance to get to know me a little bit better. To be rich beyond any measure, and the reason for that is probably because I genuinely would love to make a difference in the world, and I'm talking about, you know, just like helping everyone, you know, like buying my family, every single family member in my family, like a house, and, you know, making sure that they, you know, all their debts are paid for, or, you know, they're just like very comfortable. And I'll do that for my friends, and I'll just go to Sri Lanka and I'll build like, schools and hospitals and whatnot, and just all the other countries that kind of need it as well. And just yeah, man, I wouldn't need any other job. Like, I could just be the one person that goes around hopping from country to country, just helping out wherever I can. So that would be one. Number two, I would probably love to time travel, actually. I've always thought this. If I had a superpower, I would love to time travel, so I could kind of go back and stop, you know, certain wars, stop certain presidents from becoming presidents, and just, you know, even if I didn't change anything, just to be there and watch how so many really cool things have happened throughout history, you know, like, it would just be amazing. Like, and I'd love to be in the 30s or the 20s, like the roaring 20s, wouldn't that be so cool? And my third wish would probably be, I don't know, to never grow old, like to be immortal as well. Why? I don't know. Because I just want to preserve this. That's so vain. Eat and never put on weight? Hell yeah. I was going to say my dad. I do really, really look up to him, and why, as simple as, you know, raising us, and he's taught me how to swim, he's taught me how to ride a cycle, he's always checked my homework, and he's always tucked me into bed, and, you know, he's like a google.com. He knows everything, and he's taught me everything from DIY to how to change my tires, like just absolutely everything, and I look up to him. But I also was going to say women, just women who have gone through, you know, real hardship, you know, abuse, whatnot and whatever, who then turn it all around and become unbelievably successful women. And, you know, those are the kind of people that I look up to, and those are the kind of people that I would want my kids to grow up around as well. So definitely my phone, which is really bad, actually. Another thing would probably be a hairdryer, which is really weird, but like anywhere I go, no matter what, like the one thing that really, really, really upsets me is a non-functional hairdryer. It is the weirdest thing ever, but that's the one thing that really genuinely upsets me, and it actually, I feel like it almost spoils my entire holiday when I'm somewhere and the hotel doesn't have a decent hairdryer. It really, really, really does it for me. So definitely the hairdryer. And third thing, I would say Nutella. People being late. Oh my god. Yeah. People being late is just... Oh please, hell yeah. I'm sure you guys did as well. Always liked vampires. That's just a no-brainer. Always. Team Edward. That is like the weirdest question ever, but I think when you're a kid you don't really think about whether you want to be beautiful. I mean, I didn't. We didn't have social media back then, so we didn't have anybody to compare ourselves to. I just wanted to be a somebody. I wanted to be important. I wanted to be special. Those are the things that were more important to me, you know. Yes, because you almost actually sound like you're a good singer. Don't you think? it was almost like these questions were made for me because I'm a Leo, and Leos are generally performers and attention seekers, and they're just divas, man. So me singing in the shower, hell yeah. It's a Leo trait. Yellow, always has been, always will be. 7. Don't ask me why. I was born in a small PEEVE called Mannad, but I was born in WEREWOLVES, and then at the age of 2 months old I moved to Germany, Duisburg in particular, grew up there and lived there until I was 14, and then I moved to London, and I've pretty much lived in loads of different places in London because of uni and other things, moving out, blah blah blah. But yeah, and soon I'm going to be moving to Malaysia, Penang to be exact. So my family, they're all Hindu, and they named me Vithya. So it's basically, you know, Vithya. It's one of the Saraswati's names. Yeah, it was supposed to be wisdom. I'm not sure I'm wise, but I'd like to think so. Yes, always have, since I was a child. I mean, it's not even something that my parents have taught me. It was just something that I had from the age of when I can remember. I've always had that relationship with God, and I've always had a conversation with him. It's like, you know, I didn't have to do it via a religion, or I didn't have to do it via reading something or doing certain prayers. I would just have a conversation with him, and I still do, and I still love doing that. That I don't forget, that I hold a grudge. I think that's always been a thing of mine. Like, I can forgive, and I do, and, you know, I can move on. It's not a problem, I don't, but then I do hold a grudge, and I think it's not a good habit to have, and it does annoy me because I try and, you know, not have these expectations, but I do, whether it's from people, whether it's situations, whether it's a job, whether it's anything. Like, I just have these very high expectations of things, just because I always feel I put my uttermost, I put my best in something, and I give, or I'll do anything and everything for a person that I really care about, and when I don't get that same thing back, I just get so disappointed that I just can't go back. It's almost like I can't forget that they've done that to me. It's like I get so hurt that I'm just like, yeah, we're cool, bro, we're cool, bro. No, we're not. You know what I mean? It's actually really bad. I'm not proud of it, but it is a very annoying habit that I'm trying to change about myself, and not be so strung up about stuff, but instead just be a bit more chilled out. One can hope. Honestly, cuddling up, movie in bed, absolutely. I hate fine dining, and my husband knows. He'd rather take me to Nando's than ever take me to any of these fancy places, because nah. Not at all. I'd like to think so. From the age of like 12, I used to write short stories. So when I used to live in Germany, and I still have that book, I used to write like very small little short thrillers, little love stories, whatever. And my teachers used to read them, and they used to really be impressed, and my German was like really good then as well. So I think I've kind of always wanted to do something along the lines of writing. But then I came to England and couldn't speak a word of English, and so obviously the whole idea of being, you know, studying literature at uni or something was just like, yeah, right, you can't even, I don't know, spell. But yeah, so then I just kind of then started the blogging recently, which has been a success, has been published in several articles and you know, like, sorry, magazines and online magazines and stuff. So so that's nice. So I would like to think that I am not bad of a writer. Yes, I did skydiving as well last week. The bungee jumping was probably also one of my worst experiences in my life. It was the scariest thing ever, and every time I think, you see, even now, I'm just like, no, never, ever. And I would never tell anybody to do that as well. It's just, it was crazy, but I still did it. Don't ask me why. I do like canoeing. I think I prefer kayaking. I don't really like rowing either, but I would say kayaking is so much fun. And if you do get the chance to ever do canoeing or kayaking, do it. It is so much fun and it's a great arm exercise. It depends. I like action-packed ones, so I like to do loads of sort of outdoor activities. Like I do like the canoeing, I like scuba diving, snorkeling, I don't know, rock climbing, name it. Like I just like to do loads of like outdoor activities and figuring out like what you can do, like, you know, cycling and things like that. But then you do like those few days where you just want to lie on a beach and you just want to read a really good book and just like have like loads of virgin mojitos and yeah, man, so it's like a mixture. I like both. My favorite holiday, to be honest, it's very close. I've always said Thailand, but then I've been to Mauritius recently and I was in love, but then I don't know if it's because of the family that I was with, but yeah, like I would probably say still Thailand, because we got to do loads of stuff out there and we really got to explore. So me and my cousins, we didn't know anybody, we'd not known anyone that had gone there at the time that we went, and it was kind of just like exploring it, and we had such a blast. So yeah, I'm probably going to still stick to Thailand. I think Thailand was still my favorite holiday. My dream holiday, to be honest, would be Tokyo. I love Japanese culture, I love Japanese food, I love mangas, animes, name it, and I've always wanted to sit in one of those manga cafes, and apparently they have like 24-hour ones where you can just sit there and you can just like read as many mangas as you want and have like their matcha green tea and stuff like that. That to me would be like, oh my god, a dream come true. And but yeah, to be honest, I do not speak Japanese, and I think in these cafes you would read these mangas in Japanese, so it's like, well, defeats the point really. But yes, Tokyo, or I've always wanted to go to Hawaii as well, mainly for the culture. Obviously I do want to swim with dolphins, I mean, come on, who doesn't? But like, yeah, I would like to go to Hawaii too. Symmetry and just having things a certain way, and for it to stay that certain way, it has to be like, is it aesthetically pleasing? I'm not sure if that's the correct term, but for example, like with my bags here at the back, I have them like this and they always get put back like that. So if anyone came into my room and just did this, I would notice it immediately. Like coming into the room, I'd be like, oh my god, and I would just like put it back like this and I'd be like, okay, now I can breathe. Like it's really strange. Diets, I mean, come on. I never stick to them, and I actually enjoy if my sister says, shall we just order Chinese? I'll be like, oh, let's do it. This is interesting because this goes back to my 3 wishes. So my superhero power would be time traveling. I think I would love it. I don't know, just call myself Time Woman? Definitely no spandex stuff. And nothing short either, just something comfortable. Like I'd probably be in my trackies, probably wear my Converse and just like have like a little hoodie. So then, no, do you know what? Like an invisible cloak, like Harry Potter had. Yeah, because the invisible cloak will mean that when I time travel, no one will actually notice me in the room. So then underneath the invisibility cloak, I'll be wearing my hoodie and my trackies and my Converse. Yeah, there you go. Being reliable, like you want a man to be completely reliable, like, you know, and that's with anything. And I'm not talking about, oh, they need to be you know, you need to be able to financially depend on them. I think, you know, things have changed, man. As women, we're independent and we can look after ourselves and we can, you know, finance things ourselves. But it's just being reliable that you know, okay, this person's there no matter what. And I think that's really important. Trustworthy, of course, you know, so you can trust them, not just trust them so that they don't go and do other stupid stuff, but like just trust them with personal stuff, trust them with things that you know they won't use against you, and you know they don't kind of go and tell somebody else, or like kind of point fingers or blame you for something, or you know, I just think that trust is very, very important as well. And I think understanding, I think, man, if a man understands a woman, this world would be a better place, don't you think? And I just think hardworking, like I think, man, like a man that's lazy, it's like, no. Like if we work hard and if we can bear children for you guys and look after the children and feed them and do all of that stuff, I'm sure the one thing that you can do is just go to work and, you know, earn some money and look after the family. I mean, simple, right? So I think, yeah, and just be strong, like strong-minded, strong physically, just being a strong person, I think. Man, I have issues. Food, fantasy movies, and just my dad being around. Spinach Pizza. Oh my god. Spinatpizza mit Champignons oder Thunfisch. So basically spinach pizza or tuna pizza. Standard. I don't know. Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter? I don't know. You'll be surprised, I have no idea where, what movie this is from, but it's the song from, it's a song called Nalam Vala, and it's basically Aravind Swami singing to Revati. Nalam Vala, Innalam, Invarthikal, Tamil Kodam, Pallandu, Invarthikal. I don't know, it sets me off every time. Every time. I just yes, I definitely do. Definitely do. And the reason I definitely believe in it, because I genuinely believe that my husband is my soulmate. 110%. Oh, I don't know. I think maybe about 80. Definitely under 100. I've not reached 100 yet. But yeah. Do I have a problem? My birthday is the 25th of July. I'm a Öla number and I'm a Leo. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you found this as amusing and funny and entertaining as I actually found it to do so. And if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave some comments. And you know, it would be amazing to hear some of your answers to these questions as well. And do not forget to subscribe. Until next time, guys. Bye.